Yo, what's going on, you lunatics? It's Nick Daniels here, coming at you yet again with the fireplace in the back, the microphone in the hand, without an arm, by the way, and a room divider. Apparently, it looks fancy, according to Free Man of the Land. So today we're back onto the yet again, it's going to be a continuous streak of a couple of videos, but we're going to segment them at about 4 or 5 minutes apiece. We are today again looking at some dating fails on our AskReddit. So without any further ado, let's go to the screen and let's see what we got for you today. So this comes from a deleted account from 2 years ago. Now I have not read this one like the last one I had read. The first two lines, for some reason, he's got an edit there, so I'm gonna skip. I might skip the second one, but we'll just read right through it. Okay, so let's go. So I was talking to a girl who mentioned, and this is online dating, just preferencing. So I was talking to a girl that mentioned she was into photography and asked her to send me some pics. All right, that's interesting, but I like it. I can respect that. She thought I was asking for nudes, so she deleted and blocked me. Oh, ouch. Okay. Definitely an overreaction. And if you're going, hey, I noticed you're in photography. Do you mind if I see some of your work? It might be worded differently, but I mean, it gets that point across just the same. I think the girl definitely overreacted 100%. Wherever they were talking, like if it was text or whatever. He goes, wow, this blew up. I realized I worded the question poorly, and I went to explain myself, but then found she blocked me. I have two even worse ones, so I'll tell those too. I just didn't expect this comment to get so popular. So I didn't go in much detail. Okay, so he did realize it's not the best way to say that question. Okay. I talked to a girl. Oh, that was it. That was the first one. He just got blocked. Okay. No, I already said everything I need to say on that. Yeah, okay. We'll move on. I didn't realize he was segmented in a couple here. Okay. I talked to a girl who lived in a town 25 kilometers away. She was nice and pretty, so I asked if she wanted to meet up, and she said yes, and we met up at her farm. That sounds terrible, to be honest. Who meets up at a farm? Okay. She was a terrible conversationalist. I couldn't get her to talk about anything, and when I talked about myself, she seemed really bored. I was halfway through a sentence before she interrupted me to suggest going to the takeaway shop in town. Okay, so like fast food or something. Yeah, I gotta stop it right there. That's a really rough idea to go somewhere like that because you're on, like, it sounds like he's on her turf, literally. So, like, if it's going south, you just gotta come up with a way to get out of there. And I have been on dates where I cannot get the other person to really open up about themselves. They could just be shy. And sometimes you do got to carry the conversation and maybe just go on about you. But you try to get them involved as much as possible. And it's a struggle. And it just sounds from this, it was one of those. It was like a really quiet one. And the fact that he comments of like, wow, she seemed kind of bored because I was talking about myself. Well, she's not talking. And she's not opening up about anything. You can ask her and she's like, it's like, say something, you know? So we went there. Still terrible conversation. Didn't expect it to get much better. Decided to talk about my trip to London, and that eventually got her going. That does work. She talked for 5 minutes about how she always wanted to go to Canada as a little kid, and that the next year she was finally going to get married. Touche. I will comment, the married thing, that's pretty gross that you would even go on the date in the first place. It doesn't even sound like a date to me, to be honest. But it's interesting now about the London thing because that's happened to me before where it's going downhill and I'll latch on to something that they'll open up about and I can finally get to know the person. So it's interesting that he managed to get that. Honestly thought she was joking, but later realized she was serious about it. The rest of the date was pretty shite too. We didn't watch a movie like we planned. At the farm? What are you going to want, like a projector out and you lay in the hay? We watched the rest of the movie she had started watching the night before. That's a terrible idea. Like, if she was just halfway into a Jason Bourne movie and you were like, well, I'll sit down. You have no idea about the plot. You shouldn't watch a movie on a first date. And if it was already going bad, get out. Get out of there. She was getting married. Why would he stick around? Okay. So we watched the movie she started watching before. She took a bite of her burger and threw up in the toilet for 10 minutes because it was too greasy or something. I mean, it could be undercooked, but that's effed up. Try not to swear. She suddenly remembered she had to go pick something up from a mate's. Did she say that? I got to go to my mate's place? 70 kilometers away, and I needed to leave immediately, so I did. Wow. Okay. Had no interest in dating her after that, obviously. I cannot believe he even lasted as long as he did. That's insane. The next day, I decided to text and ask how she was because she mentioned going through depression recently, and I didn't feel just right ignoring her after that. She's getting married. You got every right to get out of there. It's been almost 2 years since that date, and I'm still awaiting the reply. Ouch. Dude, that's messed up. Like, why he even went, like, seriously, why you went to a girl's farm to watch a movie that she had already started watching the night before, terrible idea, get takeaway, and then the whole time knowing the conversation was just, like, it was just, like, bad caboose. Like, get out. Get out. Lastly, he's got one more. My fourth date on a dating site went horrible as well. Wow, I'm surprised. I thought this girl was perfect, and we actually spent the whole day together. Oh my god. When I got home, we still talked, and I thought it was a sure thing. 2 days later, she stopped messaging me, altogether, and told me the day after that we need to to break it off because she recently started seeing someone else and feels bad just abandoning him like that. It broke my heart, but we remained friends. I shared again a week later, and she said yes. We've been together a year and a half now. Oh, I didn't want to hear that last story. That's garbage. They actually worked it out. But yeah, I probably would have been done right there too. I mean, I think it's funny that they kept it going, but like, that's ridiculous. Okay, so yeah, overall wrapping up this. It's unfortunate I can't credit the person. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah, like I got nothing. But God, that's terrible, man. Online dating is really tough, and there's some really, really funny stories. And I'm telling you, I hope they just keep getting better from here because that was the barn one was like the farm was hilarious. Like, why on earth someone would do that is beyond me. Like, it would be like torturing yourself on purpose. Like, oh, I'm gonna like break my kneecaps because I'm in the mood today. Like, don't do it, right? He could have been murdered. Anyway, take it easy. Thank you so much for watching. We're going right on to the next one here. We're going to keep it going. Peace.